I have volunteered light a candle. One more candle. No, two more candles. This one first. This one first. Yeah, just please and then the other. This one first. This one. One more candle. Please sit down. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Before we start our meditation, let us do our regular chanting. Please turn to page number 5 of your chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The three refuges. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi
සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි තතියම්පි බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි තතියම්පි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි තතියම්පි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි.
Next page. 5 precepts.
පානාතිපාතා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි ආදින්නාදානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි කාමේසු මිච්ඡාචාරා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි මුසාවාදා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි සුරාමේරය මජ්ජ පමාදට්ඨානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි.
The opposite page. Affirmative vows based on 5 precepts. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and a long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha.
ඉතිපිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විඤ්ඤාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්ම සාරති සන්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති.
Homage to the Dhamma.
ස්වාක්ඛාතෝ භගවතා ධම්මෝ සම්දිට්ඨිකෝ අකාලිකෝ ඒහි පස්සිකෝ ඕපනයිකෝ පච්චත්තං වේදිතබ්බෝ විඤ්ඤාණං hiti.
Homage to the Sangha.
Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Samiti patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Yadidang chattari purisa yogani anta purisa punggala esa bhagavato savaka sangho ahuniyo pahuniyo dakkhiniyo anjali karaniyo anutterang punyaketang lokasensati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Next page. Offerings. Offering of light.
Ghanesarappadintena dipena tamadansina tilokadipang sambuddhang pujayami tamonudang.
Offering of incense.
Gandha sambhara yuttena dhupena hang sugandhina pujaye pujaniyantang puja bhajana muttamam.
Offering of flowers.
Vannagandha gunopetang etang kusuma santating pujayami muni tassa siripada saroruhe pujemi buddhang kusumena nena punyena metena labhami mokkhaṃ pumpang milayati yatha idam me kayo tathayati vinasa bhava.
Offering of water.
Adivase tuno bhante paniyang parikampitam anukampang upadaya patiganhatu uttama.
Offering of drinks.
Adivase tuno bhante ilane pancayang imang anukampang upadaya patiganhatu uttama.
Worship of shrines.
Vandami cetiyang sambang Sambetani supatititang Saririka dhatu mahabodhi Buddha rupang sakalang sada
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being.
Icheva manchang Namasaniyan Ratenante yang punyami sandang Wipulang alantang Tansanu bhavi Hatante rayo
Reflections on the teaching of the Buddha in English.
Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wind that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like a linchpin in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as the smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from killing is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees with this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees with this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Welcome everyone for our meditation session. Today is actually very, very important, significant day because tonight will be the full moon, the actual full moon, which is the full moon day that Buddha achieved enlightenment. So Buddha Purnima, so the full moon of the month of May, Vesak. So it's a very special day. And today we have a very special monk also to conduct our meditation, Bhante Punna. So it's such a great opportunity for us to have him to conduct meditation on this special day. We know that the moon can have influence on our bodies and minds too, and so our mind become malleable during the full moon, and either it can go into worse or it can go into better. So today I hope that this meditation can help us to grow our mind and develop our loving kindness and mindfulness. So rejoice this moment. It's how wonderful that we have on this full moon day. We got this opportunity to meditate and practice together. So we will rejoice this moment and rejoice the opportunity to to dedicate our whole body, speech, and mind for this time, for this practice, and make a determination. And I will engage in this meditation wholeheartedly on this very rare, auspicious day. I will commit myself and I will engage in a committed practice. With that determination, let us listen to the sound of the bell and the chant. At the end of the chant and the bell, Bhante Purna will conduct loving kindness meditation and meditation on breathing. Spiritual friends, now we are moving to the meditation, bhavana. Now we are going to practice and cultivate wholesomeness of our mind. In this wholesomeness, we have two aspects. One is the loving kindness, the other side is mindfulness. Both qualities have to merge together into our mind. Then we can have a very wholesome mind. Wholesome mind brings peace, clarity, lucidity, and deep understanding. That is why, dear friends, we all are here to practice our loving kindness first. To begin this spiritual journey, we have to deeply relax our body. Physical relaxation, physical establishment, physical appeasement is very, very important. Now you have earned a very conducive environment and very supportive spiritual friendship. And by chanting, you have verbally prepared yourself for this spiritual journey. Bring your attention to your body and observe your body from the top of the head to the tips of the toes, to the fingertips. Feel, feel your body and recognize and notice how your body is sitting on the cushion or on the chairs or any posture that you are using. Feel the body. If you are having any discomfort in your posture, this is the time to further adjustments. You can just feel yourself and make yourself comfortable. And observe you are sitting in a meditative posture. You keep your upper body upright as much as possible. You are placing your both palms on your lap. You are placing your legs nicely and gently. Feel your body. If you notice any discomfort, any tightness, any pressure anywhere in the body, feel them and relax. Relax your body. Draw your attention to your forehead. Feel your forehead. Feel and just drop down and relax. Feel your facial muscles and relax. Feel your both shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, palms and fingers. And relax, relax, relax. Feel your chest muscles. Feel your shoulder blades. Feel your tummy muscles. And relax, relax. Feel your upper legs, thigh muscles, knees, lower legs, heels, toes, sole of the feet. Feel and relax, relax, relax. This relaxation is very, very helpful for your body. And let body to be in this posture. Just relax and let body to be in this posture. Here onwards, you are not purposely maintaining the body. Let body to be in this posture. You are sitting in a comfortable, pleasant posture. Spiritual friends are here with you, and it is precious, it is wholesome. Letting body to be in this wholesome posture, relaxed posture. Now you draw your attention to your mind. Observe the mind. In our mind, we have thoughts, 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 thoughts. Thoughts are germinating in your mind without any particular direction. They are going all over the place. They are growing their own ways. Right now, we direct our mind towards the wholesomeness. Our wholesome thought is loving kindness. Now we will bring our attention and deeply recognize the loving kindness thoughts. Let them to grow. Let them to germinate in our mind. Loving kindness. Yeah, loving kindness. There are a number of qualities in loving kindness. We can have a supportive, loving kindness image into our mind to recognize the shapes and the qualities and the nature of the loving kindness. Think and imagine how a wise, lovely mother take care of her only baby. Lovely, wise mother always taking care of her only baby with lot of loving kindness thoughts. She's having compassion, tolerance, patience, appreciation, forgiveness, truthfulness, worthiness, generosity, caring and sharing. The mother who is taking care of her only babies experiencing the real loving kindness. Loving kindness brings enormous, powerful feelings into the mind. Right now, we cultivate loving kindness, same as a mother who takes care of her only baby. Bring your attention to your mind and think about the good, wholesome thoughts. Compassion without any arguments, without any disputes. We truly open ourselves for the compassion, compassionate thoughts. They are worthy. We all need compassionate, supportive thoughts, compassionate, supportive verbal expressions, compassionate, supportive physical support. So, right now, your mind is ready to embrace the compassion. It is a true moment. Truly, you are engaging with the compassionate thoughts. boundless, loving kindness, compassionate thoughts. Your mind is ready to render love and care without expecting anything in return. You are observing the nature of your mind. Your mind is making loving kindness to overflow. Observe the mind, enjoy the loving kindness thoughts. First, we will let our mind to fill and overflow the loving kindness, compassion, tolerance, and all the pleasant, positive thoughts. And let all the thoughts to travel all over the body. Let body to sink in the loving kindness. Let body to wet with the support of the loving kindness. Loving kindness, joyful thoughts travels all over the body. Radiate the loving kindness to the body. All the physical organs, all the systems, all different parts of the body. Receiving. They are receiving the loving kindness. Feel your skin, the largest organ of this body. May the skin of this body be healed, be healed, be healthy. Penetrate the skin. Radiate the loving kindness to the muscles. May all the muscles of this body be healed, be healed, be healthy, and relax. Radiate the loving kindness to the bones. All different bones of this body be healthy, be peaceful, and relax. All the joints, bone marrows of this body be healed, be healed, be healed. Radiate the loving kindness to the internal organs and systems. The respiratory system, inhalation and exhalation, which we use to energize and relax and active and healthy. Make this body healthy and active. We use in-breath and out-breath. The lungs fill with the oxygenated air. We apply the loving kindness to the oxygenated air. Loving lovely oxygenated air diffuse through the alveoli, through the capillaries, of the blood vessels to the heart, through the cardiovascular system, travel all over the body, energize the entire body. May the respiratory system and the cardiovascular system of this body be healed, be healthy, be healthy. Radiate your loving kindness to the digestive system. All the organs in the system be healed, be healthy. Radiate loving kindness to the genitourinary system. Be healed, be healthy, be relaxed. Radiate the loving kindness to the entire body. The nervous system. To the tangible sensation, feelings. Entire nervous system. Central nervous system, the brain, the spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system. May all different activities of the nervous system be healthy, be healthy, be healed. Feel your loving kindness from the top to bottom. You are sitting in a loving kindness posture. Physically, you are in loving kindness. Mentally, you are in loving kindness. This psychophysical organism has become loving kindness. Feel real, true loving kindness. Your loving kindness. Loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness. Feel the loving kindness. Gently tweet like a bird. Whisper. Close into your body and strengthen the loving kindness in yourself. And sing the loving kindness. Loving kindness slowly become loving mindfulness. Mindfully you are practicing loving kindness. Mindfully. You love yourself with a deep understanding. loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness. We share our loving kindness with our beloved, lovely, spiritual friends who have gathered here to practice together, coming from different areas. We all are settling in the same flower, loving kindness flower, like a bee, like bees settling on a flower to suck the nectar. We all are flowers, beautiful loving kindness flowers. Let others to take some loving kindness from you. May the spiritual friends be healed, be healthy, be healthy. May all the spiritual friends who have gathered here be healthy. May all the spiritual friends who practice sitting far away, connecting with us through the YouTube or internet or whatever the devices, may all of them be able to enjoy the loving kindness. May you be healthy. May you be free from dangers. May you be able to earn your happiness. May you be able to enjoy your pleasant, this wonderful human life. May you be well. May you be well. And radiate, expand your loving kindness to the atmosphere. Sprinkle the loving kindness to each and everyone without any discrimination. Beautiful, pleasant, loving kindness travels throughout the globe, travels to the atmosphere. May all the people, all beings be healthy, be healed. May no harm come to them. Be healthy. While you are spreading the loving kindness, enjoy the loving kindness within. Just relax. And if you are able to focus your attention to the first absorption, jhana, the loving kindness jhana, just totally rounding up your awareness to the loving kindness, healing loving kindness. Just remain in your loving kindness. Be well, be well, be well. If you feel comfortable in practicing loving kindness, do so. Otherwise, you can practice little bit breathing meditation too. Until we listen the sound of the bell, you can practice loving kindness or the breathing meditation. You are familiar with the instructions of the loving kindness and the breathing meditation. Just focus your attention to the in breath and out breath. Feel wherever you feel on the upper lips, inside the nostrils, or the expansion and the contraction of the body or chest muscle. Just relax and practice breathing meditation. Sukapataca Nidukkha Bhayapattaca Nibbaya Sukapataca Nisukha Hontu sabbipi anino. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Let us take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have peaceful meditation in our life on this very special day. Deeply feel grateful to all great teachers, the enlightened masters who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Feel deeply grateful to whoever helped you, guided you, supported your meditation tonight. And feel grateful any whoever arranged and cleaned this place for you to sit for this meditation. Let us also feel grateful to even to these non-living things which helped our meditation, including this bell, this cushion, the chair, this device that help you to connect to meditation from home. With deep gratitude, let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bhante, for the guidance. So, any sharing about the meditation on this special day?
I like how you mentioned the absorption of the loving kindness. I was imagining the loving kindness wrapping around me. It was very nice.
Yes. Immersed in
Yeah.
loving kindness. Yeah. We didn't get the usual group we are having, right? So people are traveling, maybe. So for our discussion today, I thought maybe we will discuss an important um, sutta that which is appropriate for today, which is the full moon day that Buddha achieved enlightenment. So we have been discussing different, episodes, different, incidents happen in the life of the Buddha. How he has given different teachings on different times. So today, I think the best incident to talk about is enlightenment. Right? Of course, his birth and his enlightenment and his passing away. Bhante, last like few Sundays ago, we had the Vesak celebration in Melnreville at Thai temple. One person came and asked me, how come you celebrate all three events on the same day? How come Buddha was born and enlightened and passed away on the same day? Right. So I had to explain him. Yes, Prince Siddhartha, he was of course born as a young baby, as a boy on the full moon day in the month of May, which is called Vesak. In actual term, Vesak is the name of the month, or Visakha, or Vaishakha, right? So he was born on the full moon day of that month, and then he grew up. And then we will learn here today, and then of course he renounced his royal life, and then became a seeker and ascetic, and he was looking for different techniques and methods to transform his mind to a point that he will, stay in the state of equanimity and discernment. And then anyway, he attained enlightenment on his 35th birthday. After 35 years later, on the full moon day, in the month of May, he was enlightened. And then he started to teach, like became a spiritual teacher, and help many others to achieve the same enlightenment. And then establish a community, and he taught for another 4 to 5 years after becoming the Buddha. And when he was 8 years old, he passed away on his birthday. But that's a lunar calendar, okay? Not the Georgian calendar. The full moon day in the month of May. It's like Easter. Easter is following the moon calendar, right? Yeah, that's why it's not the same day. So that is how all the three incidents is celebrated on one day. Otherwise, we could have few days Bhante. Actually, it is within the Theravada Buddhist tradition that we celebrate all three in the same day. But in the Mahayana Buddhist tradition, the other school, they have 3 different days. May they celebrate only the birth, enlightenment, and passing away. They select 2 other days. But we have made it simple to celebrate on one day, but it doesn't matter, right? Anyway, one day I decided to share with them a sutta called Arya Pariyesana Sutta, which is the Buddha described his own journey to enlightenment. And there are few discourses where Buddha described his own, search why he, decided to, look for this, and then it's his experience he went through in this journey. So one such sutta is called Arya Pariyesana. The meaning is noble search, the noble search or noble investigation, noble search. So it's a quite long sutta, so we will not have enough time to discuss everything. But here, Venerable Ananda, the personal attendant to the Buddha, is also his cousin, invited the Buddha to give a teaching, and Buddha started to talk about there are 2 types of searching. There are 2 kinds of search. One is called noble search, other one is called ignoble search. Ignoble search. Noble search and search that is not noble, ignoble search. And then Buddha explained the first one, the ignoble search. That is here someone being subject to birth seeks what is also subject to birth. Being himself subject to aging, he seeks what is also subject to aging. Being himself subject to sickness, he seeks what is also subject to sickness. Being himself subject to death, he seeks what is also subject to death. Being himself subject to sorrow, he seeks what is also subject to sorrow. So we go in and explain. So what he meant by this actually? Ignoble search, the search that many of us are doing. That is, we ourselves is subject to old age, sickness, and death, and sorrow, sadness. We all subject to that. And then we seek happiness and certainty and refuge in people and things who themselves are also subject to the same thing. So it is like, we are moving, we are shaking, we don't have enough, ground to set our foot in. And then in order to find refuge and stability, we are placing our foot on another moving thing. And so it's called ignoble search because that's not going to be successful. Because we are seeking refuge, seeking support, seeking happiness in people and things which are also themselves subject to the same thing. And I remember there's a song in Sri Lanka that saying something like that. You were lost in the forest and you don't know how to go out, and then you found someone who is also lost, and then you ask, "Can you help me to go out? Can you help me to? Can you help me to go out?" That is exactly what we are doing. We seek happiness from the people who themselves are suffering. Right? And we expect them to make us happy, make me happy. But they themselves are also suffering in pain. So how they can make you happy, right? So that is what Buddha is saying here actually. So that's called ignoble search. So Buddha soon realized that the that the way we seek happiness, the way we seek our refuge, is not a very successful way because we rely on the things that are themselves also subject to same thing. So I lost the pages. Okay. And Buddha said that further explain, what are the things subject to birth or subject to, aging and death. Wife, husband, children are subject to aging. Men, women, subject to aging. And then he also say goats, sheep, pigs, elephants, cattle, horses, all kind of things. And also, subject to, death, aging, suffering. And so these acquisitions are also subject to aging, death, and suffering. So then he explains. So looking, that is an ignoble search. That that's what the vast majority of us are doing, right? And then he talk about noble search. What is the noble search? Here, someone being subject to someone being himself subject to birth, aging, death, sorrow, suffering, having understood the danger in what is subject to birth, death, and suffering, seeks the unborn supreme security from bondage, the nibbana. So he's saying that if you really want to find stability, the happiness, and true refuge, we have to seek happiness in the state called unborn supreme security from bondage. That's a difficult state to understand. I don't know how to explain that, right? Yeah. It's the unconditioned state. Unconditioned state. That is what later we call nibbana. The state that is no death because it's not born, no aging because it's not constructed. The unconstructed.
But it is really not difficult to understand if we really understand the ignoble
search. Yeah.
Then we can have a mutual understanding and mutual support without having kind of emotional type of and, kind of defilements and without maintaining so-called defilements, you are able to maintain
Some
very
kind of peace, right?
peaceful
Relationship,
relationships.
yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
because but truly you have to expose into that first and ignoble search.
Search.
You have to do it
You have to
truly,
get fed up with that.
very mindfully you have to do it. But we are not doing it mindful. That is the mistake.
We think that maybe this person is not giving me happiness. Maybe another person
Another
will give.
person. Exactly. That is the situation for everything. Not only the people, but not only the whatever we are associating, we always think in a different that way. So if we lose something, then we find a replacement. But ultimately, that particular replacement itself
Also the same thing.
also the same. But if you do this mindfully, then you can have a realization.
It is just like one thing I was talking about. When we are lost in the forest, we found someone who's also lost. And instead of expecting that person to bring you out, maybe you get together and work together to find a way out. So you don't blame other person for not making you happy or not making you right. And you realize that both are suffering. So let's work together.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So what Buddha is saying, Bhante, before my enlightenment, when I was still an unenlightened person, we call Bodhisattva, I too, being subject to myself, the old age, death, and I sought happiness and stability and those things that are already subject to birth. So Buddha has done ignoble search before he became the Buddha.
That's what.
Yeah. And then, so, but after that, he realized that this is not going to work. This is not going to work. So then he decided, okay, what if I can find something that is truly reliable, that is truly unconditioned, and that is what that is why he left his normal life to become a seeker. Yeah. So in traditional stories, we talk about being a prince, and when you go out, he saw a special. He saw an old person, and he saw a sick person, and then what is the third one? Corpse, a dead body, and then he saw a monk, an ascetic, hermit. So these are the four sides that led him to renounce. So the first three is revealing the reality of the life. That is what is mentioned here, right? The old person is showing the example of old age, and sick person is sickness, and dead body is death. So he was contemplating on that. Then of course and Buddha said later, while I was still a black-haired young man endowed with the blessings of youth, prime of life, I shaved my hair and beard and put on a yellow robe and went forth from home life into homelessness. He was very young. He was just 29 years old. When he 21 years, 29.
I'm about to be 28.
Okay, good. So 29, you can become a monk. He will bring you to Sri Lanka and make you a monk. And then he explained actually, his journey, his search and his struggle. So I think I will briefly explain. So he went to actually he wanted, because there were at that time there were many other ascetics also, and many other people also exploring and looking and and practicing certain techniques to develop the mind. So he came to know about a teacher called Alara Kalam, and he was well known. He has a lot of disciples. He was very good in meditation. So now he's an ascetic, and he went to him and learned under him. So he learned a very important techniques of meditation under him, and he actually developed the ability to reach a deep meditative state, what you call Bhante, the base of nothingness. In a way that it is the jhanic, actually not jhanic, the formless state, that extremely peaceful state that your mind has no any object. So state of nothingness, but it is achieved through gradual development of the mind. Then and he becomes really good in that. Actually, then the Alara Kalama was so happy that this new student learned all these techniques very quickly, and then now he's achieving that state, of meditation. And he was so happy, and then invited him. Now you are similar to me, and be part of my teaching. And you also teach other students to achieve the same state. So the Dhamma, and I know. Sorry. And as I am, so are you. As you are, so am I. Come, friend, let us now lead this community together. That's when Alara Kala make that invitation. But the ascetic Siddhartha was not completely happy with that highest state of meditation, because he realized that actually this realization, this state of meditation, does not completely lead him to direct knowledge or enlightenment and cessation of suffering completely, because it is so peaceful when he's in that meditation, nothing bothers him. But when you come out from the meditation, you are back to normal life again, right? So the ascetic Siddhartha was looking for a kind of transformation of that can be enduring even after you come out from the meditation. You can maintain that equanimity while you are talking and dealing with the normal life. But that meditation, that techniques only help him to go to that state and then completely peaceful, but not. So he was not fully satisfied with that. Then he came to know another teacher who even claimed to achieve even higher state of that meditation. So we went to him. His name was Uddaka Ramaputta. But he realized that actually the Uddaka Ramaputta was able to achieve that state of nothingness. But his father, who was Rama, he was able to achieve even higher state. What you call Bhante, that state? Neva Sanya, no Sanya. And what is called? It's called a base state of neither perception nor non-perception. These are very technical, subtle terms to understand. So Uddaka Ramaputta knew that his father actually achieved that state. He also know the techniques, but he himself could not achieve that. And Asari Siddhartha learned the techniques and practice with him. And soon, actually, the Asari Siddhartha was able to experience the even a higher state of meditation than the previous one. And that state is what we call the neither perception nor non-perception. And then what happened? This new teacher said, "It is a gain for us, friend. It is gain for us. We have such a venerable one for our companion of holy life." And so please come and and lead our community. Then of course the same issue, and Buddha was happy to experience that state, but it's not a permanent change. So he was not fully satisfied. Now there are no teachers for him to learn. Whatever available at that time, he learned from them, and then he decided to practice by himself. And then he practiced another technique that is also a common practice at that time, which is what we call self-mortification, or what is the other term? Extreme austerity, because that was the belief that actually the body is a kind of burden for the fully blossom of the consciousness, and therefore when you give extreme form of pain to body, and body will reach the limitation of its limitation. Once you go beyond that limitation, maybe consciousness will be like manifested. So and he was then started that types of meditation, and of course he has explained all the details what kind of pain, what kind of extreme forms of practices he did. He reduced eating, and gradually he come to a point that he only ate 1 grain of rice a day, and his body becomes such a skinny body. He explained that actually when he rubbed his body, his hair body hair will roll out and fall away. When he touched his belly, he could touch the spine. And he has explained what happened to his body, as a result of that. And he also stay on the hot sun, lie on beds of nails, giving all extreme forms of pain. And he practiced to the fullest. And there were 5 of his friends. He was so impressed with this dedication, and they thought that he will get a breakthrough, because he's doing this in extreme form. So there were 5 of them around him, practicing with him, but waiting, he will have the realization. And Buddha almost actually died when he practiced extreme form. But after he had practiced everything, actually, Buddha really did all the available practices to the fullest. And he realized that this is also not helping. He made the discovery, what we call the middle path, by experimenting all this extreme, because he did to the extreme level and didn't see any such change happening. Then he decided, I'm going to give up the austerities. And he realized that actually body is not a burden for deep realization, discernment. In fact, body can be used as a tool, as a support to develop the mind. So then he started to eat again. And then the 5 friends were around him, were really disappointed and thought that he's back to luxury. No matter how he explained that, this is not working, I'm going to follow the middle path. But they left him. They left him. Now, Dasari Siddhartha is by himself. But then he started to practice the middle path and taking care of the body, started to bathe, he started to eat, and beg around and eat, and then gets the body strength of the body back. And now he's using the body as a base and develop meditation more deeply. And then he added what he called insight. So it's not only be calm in the mind. The calm in the mind was already there, and then he learned all these techniques. And now he added the discernment, insight, how you can use the calmness of the mind to penetrate into the reality, what is really happening here. Instead of shutting everything down and being off, off in the system, we calm it down to some level and then use that calmness to turn the attention inward and really see exactly how we experience the world when any sensory stimulus come to us, exactly what is happening there. So he used some calmness and used it to develop wisdom, develop insight, develop discernment. That is where he got the breakthrough. Right, Bhante? Yes. And Buddha explained, how he did that, so I think we don't have enough time to explain everything.
And we don't want to do the same thing what Buddha did.
Yeah, Buddha, Buddha did.
Because, actually,
he did trial and error, right? Trial and error.
Yeah.
But when he expounded the Dhamma, first thing he taught, don't follow the extreme of asceticism. Don't follow the extreme of indulgence. Directly follow the middle path.
So for that, Bhante, Buddha highly recommended the loving kindness and mindfulness.
Exactly.
And if you are sharp enough to understand yourself and also the other party, then you can have a good understanding each other and have a peaceful life.
Yes. Follow in the middle path.
Instead of replacing and
Yeah.
chasing behind one after the other. You can follow the middle path. It is not that, I mean, it is deep, but the only thing is that how the problem that we have is how much we dedicate to practice loving kindness and mindfulness.
It's balances, right?
Yeah,
Bhante?
yeah.
It balances.
Loving kindness help us to practice the empathy and sympathy and so forth, and also mindfulness help us to have a keen vision.
Yeah. And discernment and wisdom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
penetrate all the conditions.
So the enlightenment was actual recognition of it, the importance of developing both aspects of our mind. And then he achieved, the deep insight, deep realization, and that realization changed the way his mind works. And then even when he's out of the meditation and everything coming to him is not disturbing him, he knew exactly what is happening. And he was able to maintain equanimity in all his sensory experiences and everything that he dealt with. So that is the teaching that he gave to everyone else to practice. The middle path is also called Noble Eightfold Path, right? There are 8 items in this path, so we have studied that earlier too, but we can. But anyway, so today is the day that discovery was made. So usually at that the last moment, I think he has felt loving kindness. When Buddha was meditating and when he was really examining exactly his mind is operating, he was able to see all the tendencies, all the hidden disposition and defilements in him, and even kind of fight against it. So he has this last battle with his own ego, with his own defilement. So usually when it's said that when Buddha has that moment of enlightenment, now he's like facing his own ego, because enlightenment is like letting go of the whole self. It's like a dying. It's a complete death of the image of the self. It's not something. It's last battle is so forceful because our ego will come with full force, like somehow prevent somehow push away from us that from that moment. So it says that at the last moment, Buddha really was struggling, and we call Mara. And then Buddha really wanted to develop some confidence. I have been practicing this. Not only this life, I have been preparing for this moment. By that time, he had recovered his memories of his previous lives also, and he wanted to develop some confidence. And the only thing that is witnessed his practice through many lifetimes was the earth. So while he was meditating, he gently put his fingers and touched the earth to get his confidence. Earth knows that I have been doing this for many long time. I have enough strength. I'm going to fight this battle and win it. So therefore, in the paintings to represent the moment of enlightenment of the Buddha, you see touching of the earth. So that image over there, you can see that, touching of the earth. If we see that, any statue of the Buddha that touching the earth, that represent the moment of enlightenment. So it happened on the full moon day. This the same moon that will be full today was there on that day. Then tonight we can watch the same moon. It is the same moon. The moon hath witnessed.
2000 and some years are not that far.
Then for the moon, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the middle path is truly practical. So the mindfulness we know slowly and continuously. If you practice,
you'll be able to
we can have a very gentle type of relationship. This is the most important part in our how we maintain our relationship. If you don't have the mutual understanding, we break our peace, we spoil our compassion. So therefore, I think again and again we have to practice loving kindness and mindfulness.
Okay, so with that, we will move to the other part of the program on this wholesome special day. We practice meditation and we also learn the important episode in the lives of the Buddha. By coming to this practice and doing this practice together, we have generated so much good merits, so much good karma in our hearts, wholesome energy. Now it is the time that we can share this wholesome energy with many others. Let us share these merits with all other people. First of all, let us recall to our mind our family members, our ancestors who loved us so much, who cared for us so much, who have passed away. Thinking about all of them, let us share these merits with them. May all of our departed relatives, our ancestors, may they share these merits. May they be well, happy, and peaceful wherever they may be. Idam me ñātīnaṁ hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Idam me ñātīnaṁ hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Idam me ñātīnaṁ hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Let us also share these merits with all other beings. If there's any being who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share our merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peace. Ettavata ca amhi sambhatam punya sankadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana, purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. Now we will do our blessing chant. We are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra. And this particular sutra was given by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We will chant the same sutra for you, wishing you good health, peace, and happiness. May you also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, your family members, your friends, people who need help. Keep them in your mind and share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peace. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස් භගවතු අරහතු සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස කරණීය මත්ත කුසලේන යන්තං සන්තං පදං අபிසමිච්ච සක්ඛෝ ජෝච සෝජෝච සෝචෝ චස්ස මුදු අනතිමානි සන්තෝසුස කෝච සුබරෝච අපකිච්චෝච සල්ලහුක වුත්ති සම්තින්ද්‍රයෝච නිපකෝච අපගම්බෝ කුලේසු අනනුගින්දෝ නච කුද්දං සමාචරේ කිංචේන විඤ්ඤෝ පරේ උපවදෙය්‍යං සොකිනෝ කේමිනෝ හොන්තු සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සොකිතත්තා යේකේචිපාන භූතත් දසවතාවරවා අනවසිතාදිකාවයි මහන්තාවා මජ්ජිමාරස්සකානුකතුලාදිත්තාවායේව අන්දිත්තා යේච දුරේ වසන්ති අවිදුරේ භූතාවාසං භවේසි සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තාන පරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත නාති මඤ්ඤේත කත්ත චිනං කංචේ ව්‍යාරෝසනා පටිඝ සංඥානාඤ්ඤ මඤ්ඤස්ස දුක්ඛමිච්ඡේය මාතා යතානියං පුත්තං ආයුසා ඒක පුත්ත මනුරක්ඛේ එවං පිසම්බ භූතේසු මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං තං ච සම්බ ලෝකස්මින් මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං උත්තං අදෝච තිරියං ච අසංපාදං අවේරං අසපත්තං තෙත්තං චරං නිසින්නෝ වා සයානෝ වායාව තස්ස විගත මින්දෝ ඒතං සතින් අදිත්තේ බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාහෝ දෙත්තෙන් ච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දස්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනීයේතං නහි ජාතු ගම්බසෙයං පුනරේති ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සොන්දිතේ හෝතු සබ්බදානේ තේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සබ්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං සබ්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සබ්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්පන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සබ්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු te bhavatu sabba
Mangalam
rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada soti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba
Mangalam
rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada soti bhavantu te. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Take a moment to recall to your mind whatever kind deed that you were able to do during your past few days. Think about your yesterday, a few days ago, whenever you got an opportunity to be kind to someone, help someone, care for someone. Recall such an incident to your mind. Let us rejoice the opportunity to be kind to someone. On this day or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. Think about a moment, incident during your past few days that someone helped you, someone showed their kindness to you, someone supported you, someone listened to you. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. It was so nice to have this practice together. Thank you, Bhante, for giving a special meditation today on this special day. And I appreciate your participation. And thank you, everyone who joined our YouTube. I appreciate your participation and look forward to see you again. And thank you, Banti, also arranging and preparing everything. Yes. Okay, and good night, and please come to Blessing Strings.